Okay, good afternoon, class. So my lecture will be on Cetasika. Continuously, let us study about Cetasikas one by one. First, we should know Cetasikas. Okay, according to their technical terms, just translations. Cetasika, when we study about the Cetasika, there are three groups: Nandamālābhivamsa group, and Akusala group, Sopana group. According to group, we must study about that. So morning I give a diagram. It's not necessary to write again. So So association is like that. So you should notice these Cetasikas associated with Cetas concern. They are working together towards an object. First, we should study the name of Cetasikas or the natures of Cetasikas. After that, which Cetasika associated with which Cetas? First, only the names are we, one by one after one, we must study about the Cetasika, natures of Cetasika. After that, these Cetasikas are associated with which Cetas? Okay? Step by step. Then, Ceta associated with the Cetasika. The same time, Cetasikas also associated with the Ceta. They are mutual associations. There are two ways to explain association. Ceta associated with the Cetasika, that is one way. Cetasika associated with the Ceta, that is another way. Mutual associations, reciprocal associations. So first we should study about the Cetasikas one after one. What is the first one? Phassa. Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Cetana, Ekagata, Chividenariya, Manasikara. These seven Cetasikas associate with all Cetas. They are inseparable from associated Cetas. Whenever Ceta arises, these Cetasikas arises together. Okay? Therefore, they are called universal. Universal. So, Phassa. This Phassa is very important to contemplate, not to develop. No need to Phassa to cultivate. No need to cultivate. No need to make a Phassa develop. Phassa, only we must realize the natures of Phassa. Phassa is important. Why? Phassa leads to Vedana, feeling. Feeling leads to craving. Therefore, to realize Phassa is very important. So the Lord Buddha explained Phassa, especially in Paticca dependent origination. Okay? Dependent origination, the Buddha explained Phassa paccaya Vedana, Vedana paccaya Tanha, Tanha paccaya Upadana. So Phassa is important to realize the natures of Phassa. Just a translation, Phassa is a contact. Contact. Literally, Phassa touches. Touching. Touching is Phassa. Pusati di Phassa is explained to explain Phassa. So, easier I explain. Phassa is touching. Touching, what is the touching? Phassa is a mental state by which consciousness mentally touches an object, through phassa or by phassa, consciousness mentally touches an object. Otherwise, cannot touch. Consciousness cannot touch object. Can you get the meaning? Phassa, by phassa, consciousness mentally touches an object. Otherwise, consciousness cannot get object. Is it that? Like a telephone, this communication. Phassa is contact between Cheta and object. So, how to understand when phassa arises? Physically touch is very easily to know. Okay? Physically touch is easy. Mentally touch is difficulty sometimes to know. How to understand? To illustrate the meaning, the commentator used the simile. For example, you may have experienced if someone eating sour fruit like orange, lime, some sour fruit in front of you, what has happened? Saliva. It's a caused salivary. Is it that? Saliva appeared only by seeing, not touching. This is mentally. You have perceived people, this is sour fruit. You know the taste of sour fruit. Therefore, saliva appeared within you. This is mental touch, mentally touched. Isn't that? Not bodily touch, only seeing. Seeing after that, it appeared, your mouth produced liquid by seeing someone who eats sour. Isn't that your experience? Right? Okay. That is that. Sour fruit, salivary, it's a cause to salivary, it is salivate. Salivate. Like that. We were salivating over when we see someone eat sour. That is because of phassa. Another example, there's terrible happens. Someone is seeing terrible happen, seeing it, one becomes shocked. Nothing touched him. Seeing terrible view, he become shocked. Very fearful and become unconscious. Is it that? For example, there are someone killing the others, murdering the others. Seeing on that, the person who feared and become shocked. You see, sometimes the fearful people, coward people, seeing bloodshed, they become shocked. That is because of phassa. Nothing touched, bodily nothing touched, only just seeing. Then mentally impaired is very strong. That is a phassa, because of phassa. Any Dhamma has different levels, different degrees. Not phassa, all phassas are the same. Okay? Only the natures are similar, the same natures. But we should study these 25 Chaitasikas one after the other through the four aspects. Later. Now is not enough time. That is a characteristic, function, manifestation, proximate cause. Each one has what is its characteristic, what is its function, what is its manifestation during meditation. When yogi contemplate, what is the manifestation? Then what is the proximate cause? Lakkhana, rasa, paccupatthana, padathana. If you want to know, you should read. I give you information. Okay? Just for information, the path of purification. You can read the path of purification. Aggregate, dealing with aggregate, aggregate. They are explained in detail. I think it is translated into German language also have. The path of purification. Origins of Pali, then translated into English, translated into German. So you can read these. Each Dhamma is explained through the four aspects, characteristic. That is also very important to contemplate. Through characteristic, we have to know, we know the natures of Dhamma. Then it is function, it is manifestation, it is proximate cause. Can I get more? Only phassa. Okay? Phusana lakkhana. Phassa, phusana lakkhana. This is a characteristic. Sangatana rasa. Rasa here means function. Sanipada, paccupatthana. And meditation, these are very important to realize Dhamma. Apata, kata, visaya, apata visaya, apata kata visaya padathano, apata kata. Phusana lakkhana. According to Pali, lakkhana. Lakkhana is a characteristic. Each Dhamma has its own characteristic. You know, in meditation, characteristic is two. Sabhava lakkhana and samanya lakkhana. These two, realize these two types of lakkhanas are very important in vipassana meditations. Sabhava lakkhana means own characteristic or individual characteristic. That is called sabhava lakkhana. Own characteristic, individual characteristic. Each Dhamma has its own characteristic or individual characteristic. That is the phassa's individual characteristic. Another characteristic is universal characteristic. Universal characteristic is anicca, dukkha, anatta. All Dhammas are characteristic of anicca, dukkha, anatta. This is a universal characteristic. Starting point of vipassana, individual characteristic we must realize first. We must try to realize individual characteristic. After that, contemplating individual characteristic, the knowledge increase. We notice universal characteristic also, because all dharmas are momentary. When we realize, notice the momentariness, we will understand the universal characteristic also. At that time, our knowledge can be called vipassana, insight knowledge. Vipassana is dealing with universal characteristic. Starting point is individual characteristic. Without contemplating individual characteristic, you cannot jump to universal characteristic. Without realizing Dharma, how to identify that is impermanent and suffering and soulless? After realizing individual characteristic, we can know universal characteristic. Okay? This characteristic is individual characteristic of phassa. So, Pusana Lekano, meaning phassa has its characteristic as touching. Okay? Phassa has characteristic. Phassa has its characteristic as touching. Translation. Phassa has its characteristic as touching. Touching is the characteristic of phassa. Touching what? Touching object. Mentally touch object. Okay? Touching of it is object. Pusana Lekano. Then Sankatana Rasa. Rasa means function. It is function as impingement. Impingement. It is function is as impingement. I am P-I-N-G-E-M-E-N-T. Impingement. Impact, like impact. Impingement. I am P-I-N-G-E-M-E-N-T. Impingement. To impinge an object. Through phassa, Cheta impinged. Phassa makes consciousness impinge an object. Sankatana Rasa. Rasa is function. The next one, Sanipada Pachupatthana. Pachupatthana means manifestation. What is appearance in meditator's mind? In contemplation, phassa arises within him. Yogi find out phassa as a concurrence of the three conditions. For according to the Pali, depending on eye, ear, depending on eye and visible object, eye consciousness rises. Okay? Depending on eye and visible object, eye consciousness rises. Now three. You get the three? Eye, visible object, eye consciousness. Due to the unity of these three, phassa arises. The unity of these three, phassa arises. Sanipada Pachupada. Sanipada means the meaning of these three. That is the meaning. associations, eye consciousness arises, phassa, vedanas all arising together. Okay? Arising together. But after unity, after meeting, before meeting of these three, phassa cannot arise. Having the unity of having the meeting of these three, phassa arises. That is also, according to this teaching, we may think after eye consciousness arises, phassa arises. Not like that. That is, degree is more. That is the meaning. Okay? You should think the Dharma arises not only time, not once. It repeatedly arises in one object. Therefore, sometimes phassa lead, vedana, the others followed, vedana lead, the others follow, working together towards one object. But the explanation is sometimes one after the other. Because of the Buddha explained only strong conditions. Which is stronger, the Buddha has explained. What is major conditions? Buddha has explained in this way. But we should understand, as soon as eye consciousness arises, phassa also rises. But without eye consciousness arises, phassa has no chance to rise. You understand? You get the meaning? Without arising of eye consciousness, phassa has no chance to rise. You get the meaning? Without eye consciousness, phassa is, in this case, I mean, okay? In other cases also the same. I repeat, depending on eye and visible object, eye consciousness arises. Due to the meeting of these three means eye, visible object, eye consciousness, phassa arises. Not one after the other. As soon as eye consciousness arises, phassa also rises. But if eye consciousness does not arise, phassa has no chance to rise. Therefore, the Buddha has explained this way. But they arise simultaneously. We should understand like that. Therefore, Sanipada Pachupatano, phassa can be known due to the three of. What is the three? Organ, sense organ, object, consciousness. Without these three, phassa never arises. Yogi contemplated phassa, he realized like that. Oh, phassa arises due to the meeting of these three. He understands like that. Without seeing the person eating sour, no saliva arises within you. Isn't that? Seeing a person eat sour fruit, saliva arises within you. This is a rising of phassa. Because of phassa, saliva appeared in your mouth. So this is, phassa is only to realize. In Paticca Samuppada phassa paccaya vedana, therefore we should realize the natures of phassa. This phassa associated with all jhanas. But this phassa, no need to cultivate. No need to cultivate through meditation. Only just realize phassa. Some mental factors are necessary to cultivate. Okay? Phassa is not necessary to cultivate. Only to realize its natures. That is the phassa. Vedana. Oh, yes. Number 4, what is that?